Nikola Tesla believed that he could harness the energy from inside the Earth and transmit that power wirelessly around the world. His early experiments were successful, but his research mysteriously vanished after his death. There is no evidence left of Tesla's wireless power technology, or is there? For years, we were taught that the Great Pyramid of Giza was a tomb for a king. It wasn't. It had a different purpose. Tesla didn't invent wireless power. It's been here for 5,000 years and probably a lot longer than that. Why were the pyramids built? Dead mummies, dead mummies. Mainstream Egyptology says that the Great Pyramid of Giza is a tomb built for Khufu, the 4th dynasty Egyptian pharaoh who ruled 4,500 years ago. But the Great Pyramid doesn't have any characteristics of other Egyptian tombs. The Great Pyramid contains no artifacts, no hieroglyphs, and no elaborate wall art. It's been argued that the granite sarcophagus found in the king's chamber once contained Khufu's mummy. There's no evidence that a mummy was ever there. No mummy has ever been found in any pyramid ever. Ancient Egyptians considered their pharaohs gods. The Great Pyramid is a strange structure for a god. Small chambers, narrow shafts, no markings at all. The way the pyramid was built and the materials used to build it suggest it had a different purpose. The size of the pyramid is aligned with the compass with such accuracy that only modern engineering can match it. The Great Pyramid is a mountain made of 2.5 million blocks of stone, weighing 6 million tons, piled 481 feet high. Its footprint is over 13 acres. To align this construction within 1/15 of a degree of true north is impossible precision. The base of the Great Pyramid is leveled within 3/4 of an inch. The only way to do this with modern structures is to use lasers. Even though the sides of the pyramid are over 755 feet long, made of stone blocks weighing between 2 and 40 tons each side is within 2 inches of any other. That's 99.98% accurate. Fun fact, the pyramid doesn't have 4 sides, it actually has 8. Each side is slightly concave, which you can only really see from directly above or when the pyramid casts shadows during the equinoxes. And yes, those angles too are perfect. Whoever built the pyramids somehow knew the size of the Earth. If you take the height of the pyramid and multiply it by 43,200, you get 3,938.685 miles, which is within 11 miles of the polar radius of the planet. That's 99.7% accurate. If you take the perimeter of the base of the pyramid and multiply that by 43,200, you get 24,734.94 miles. That's the Earth's circumference at the equator with a 99.3% accuracy. We know that the ancients were obsessed with equinoxes when the day and the night are the same lengths. The length of the day and night on an equinox is 43,200 seconds. Now, skeptics will say this relationship between 43,200 and the size of the Earth is forced. They say, well, the planet is different sizes in different places, so this is just a coincidence? Most of the Great Pyramid is constructed of nummullite limestone, the reddish-brown blocks that we see today. This rock is found close to the site and is abundant. But the builders of the pyramid also used unusual materials not found locally. The exterior of the pyramid was once covered in casing stones made of bright white limestone. They were polished smooth and fit together so tightly that no seams were visible. These casing stones were cut and shipped from a quarry in Tura, almost 500 miles away. That's like carrying thousands of 10-ton stone blocks the length of the entire state of Florida. They must have been special. Unlike the limestone cut locally, Tura limestone lacks magnesium. This makes it an excellent insulator. Limestone can carry an electrical current, but Tura limestone can't. Interior chambers were built with a rare type of granite called rose granite, also brought from hundreds of miles away. This granite has a high concentration of silicon dioxide, also known as quartz. When quartz is compressed or even just moved, it creates a charge called piezoelectricity. One face of the quartz will have a positive charge, the other will have a negative charge. Connect the two faces together, and you have an electrical circuit. Because of this property, quartz is used in all kinds of modern devices like watches, clocks, TVs, GPS units, and on and on. To charge a watch that uses quartz, all you have to do is shake it. And if you've ever used a barbecue lighter, the voltage is created by a quartz crystal. The king and queen's chambers were built with granite that is 85% quartz. The tunnels and passageways are also lined with quartz-rich granite. If pressure was applied to all this granite, it would generate a tremendous amount of electricity, turning the pyramid into a giant power plant. And there's proof that this is exactly what happened. The idea that the Great Pyramid was a power plant is not new. It was first proposed in the 1970s and is considered a fringe theory. However, as more and more discoveries were made over the years, more evidence emerged that the Great Pyramid as a power plant wasn't fringe science but actual science. One of the most compelling cases comes from Christopher Dunn. He believes the process starts in the subterranean chamber below the pyramid, where aquifers are. As water moves through the underground cavities, sound waves are created. The frequency of these waves resonates with the Earth's natural vibration. As those waves move up through the pyramid, a process is used to magnify, focus, and convert the sound into energy. The Queen's chamber was used for a chemical reaction that created hydrogen, and there's substantial proof of this. There are two interior shafts that lead to the Queen's chamber. The northern shaft has traces of hydrochloric acid, and the southern has traces of hydrated zinc chloride. Combining these two chemicals creates a volatile reaction that generates hydrogen, a lot of hydrogen. This hydrogen gas would flow from the Queen's chamber through the horizontal passage and into the Grand Gallery. The Grand Gallery is also made of granite. As the hydrogen gas builds up, the pressure compresses the granite, creating electricity. This electricity also ionizes the air, increasing conductivity within the Grand Gallery. There were 27 or 28 pairs of resonators in the Grand Gallery that would vibrate and emit sound. The hydrogen atoms would organize themselves into waves in sympathy with the sound waves of the gallery. These sound waves further excite the stone, creating even more electricity. Let me get this straight. You stick the shafts into the Queen's chamber, which gets the stones excited. Acoustic engineers have determined that the gallery resonates at 440 Hz and naturally emits an F-sharp chord. 440 Hz and the F-sharp chord have been connected to a lot of woo-woo ideas, but there's a reason for that. It's considered a sound that resonates in harmony with the Earth. The builders of the pyramid knew this long time ago. The top of the gallery is a small shaft leading to the King's chamber. The opening is 8.4 by 4.8 inches. This is the perfect size for hydrogen microwaves to pass into the King's chamber, which also resonates at 440 Hz and F-sharp. Above the King's chamber are 5 layers of granite beams stacked and separated by air gaps. This is called the relieving chamber because it was believed that this interior structure relieved the weight of the pyramid. That's not what it does. The beams are smooth on 3 sides but rough cut on the top. Christopher Dunn believes the reason for the rough cut is how the beams were tuned. The builders could vibrate the granite beams and slowly chip away at the stone until they resonated with an F-sharp chord, which they do. The King's chamber is what's known as a Helmholtz resonator. When you blow air across the top of a bottle and create sound, that's a Helmholtz resonator. Change the volume of liquid in the bottle or change the volume of stone within the chamber, you change the pitch. The entire complex is a giant musical instrument. Now, some skeptics reluctantly agree that the Great Pyramid has musical properties. But for skeptics to consider the pyramid as a power plant, they would need evidence to show that a giant stone pyramid would respond to electromagnetic energy. There was no evidence of that until 2018. Whether true or not, it's scientifically possible that the Great Pyramid was a structure for creating, harnessing, and focusing energy. The exterior was made of material that insulates electricity, the interior was made of material that conducts electricity, and the chambers were made of material that creates electricity. The next piece of evidence is the pyramid's ability to focus electromagnetic energy. In 2018, scientists used radio waves at different frequencies to see if the Great Pyramid would interact with electromagnetic waves of a resonant length. Their experiments proved that in a resonant state, the pyramid can concentrate electromagnetic energy in the internal chambers as well as under its base. Resonance in the pyramid can be induced by radio waves with lengths ranging from 200 to 600 meters. The closer to 200 meters, the more dramatic the effect. Whether Tesla was onto something or not, it is clear that the Great Pyramid of Egypt had the potential to be used to generate electricity. However, there is no evidence that ancient Egypt or Kemet was a place where people used electricity. On the other hand, Tesla proved that it is more than possible to generate clean and clear energy, something our society desperately needs today. Just imagine if Tesla had been financially supported and we were able to generate free energy for everyone. How many wars could have been avoided? We will never know for sure, but it's important to remember that Tesla died alone. He never married and dedicated his life to his research. Tesla was incredibly influential in the scientific world, and even today, we continue to benefit from some of his inventions and discoveries. It is likely that his contributions will have a lasting impact well into the future. In conclusion, the exploration of the Great Pyramid of Giza and Nikola Tesla's groundbreaking research bring forth intriguing possibilities about ancient technologies and clean energy generation. While we cannot definitively prove the exact purpose of the pyramid or the extent of Tesla's discoveries, the evidence suggests that there is much more to uncover. We invite you to join us on our YouTube channel, where we delve deeper into these fascinating topics, exploring history, science, and the wonders of the world. By subscribing to our channel, you'll stay updated with our latest videos, gaining insights into captivating mysteries and thought-provoking discussions. Together, let's embark on a journey of knowledge and discovery. Subscribe now and become a part of our community.